Get ready with me while I talk about things that I thought were normal growing up that apparently, weren't actually normal. Disclaimer, if you hear, something running, it's just my dog. So this is actually going to be my mom's ex-boyfriend edition. Yay! As if we haven't had enough of him. There's just so much lore that I can give on him. Anyway, so for backstory, my mom dated this guy for a good 10 years of my life. So we have a lot of things that we could talk about. A lot of things. First thing that I remember him doing growing up was if I would take a shower at my mom's house, I would be literally butt booty naked in the bathroom, and he would pretend to try to come in the bathroom, and he would jiggle the door handle like he was gonna come in. And I remember I would be screaming, crying, not wanting this man to come in the bathroom because obviously I'm butt booty naked. I don't want this grown creepy man coming in the bathroom. And he would play it off as a joke, oh, I'm gonna come in there. Please stop. Get some help. Actually get some help. He would also chase us around the house, playing around, I guess. I don't know. He would chase us around the house, and then I specifically remember one time, he chased me into, him and my mom's room and shut the door behind me. I was not okay with that. I was not okay. Literally flipped out, and I was, underneath the bed, and he had shut the door behind me. No, something weird feeling, I guess. My hair is really not wanting to, straighten all the way, but this is what we're going to work with. Oh, I'm literally almost out of this, but I love it so much. Just a little bit goes a long way. I can't think. Well, I think 7th grade, and I remember my mom told him, in passing, that I started my period, and this man proceeded to inquire or raise concern about the underwear that I was wearing at the time, and said that my mom needed to take me to go to get me some thongs, because he didn't want me to get made fun of because of the underwear that I was wearing. So I, as a middle schooler, needed to be wearing thongs, and he was very concerned with the underwear that I was wearing. Keep in mind, I'm in middle school, and he's mid-40s. No grown man should worry about the underwear that I'm wearing. Thanks, though, I guess. Or was just looking out for me, maybe, I don't know. Another thing was, we would go on, family vacation to the beach every single year. That's a lot of concealer. But we would go on family vacation to the beach every year. And one year we had gone, and I specifically remember, he was always taking pictures, on his phone or whatever. But fast forward, from the trip to him at work. He apparently had his phone, and some of his coworkers had gotten a hold of the phone and seen pictures of me specifically in my bikini at probably 13, 14 years old. And they all started making comments and appropriately talking about me, thinking that I'm not, a minor. And he apparently thinks it's funny, comes home, tells me and my mom about it, and it's laughing about it, about how these grown men were talking about my minor body as if I was a grown woman, and then proceeded to say, let me hold y'all's hand when I say this. Well, I can see what they meant, because you just have a really, developed body for your age. You don't look your age. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm a child. Okay. I need to calm down. What? Are you hearing yourself? Are you literally hearing yourself right now? I don't think you are, so I'm just gonna... You're done speaking! There's just, weird stuff. When I was on my period, he would call me his little ketchup packet. Specifically his. I don't know why I had to be his ketchup packet. I don't know. But I was. So, hello. He would also, smack my butt. As, I'm, 16 now, and he's, a grown man, and he would, slap my butt. What? And he would just, have, wandering eyes, you could tell. I would literally catch this man, checking my butt out as I'm, walking to the house. I will literally chop your dick off. I don't think you understand. There's also this one time at the beach that he did not have very appropriate hands with me. And I didn't know that it wasn't appropriate hands until I was very much older. And I told my boyfriend about it, and my boyfriend was like, baby girl, that's assault. I was like, oh, The good thing is he's no longer in my life anymore. As y'all might have seen in the other video, I literally did everything that I could to get this man out of my house. And I succeeded.
This is why you should choose your friends wisely. I work at a hotel and around 3 p.m. this guest came to check into her prepaid reservation. Despite it being prepaid, we have a $300 security deposit that's mandatory. Her card was declining for the deposit, so we couldn't check her in. She left around 4 p.m. and came back at 11 p.m. with her friend. Her friend spent $100 on an Uber to come to our hotel and put his card down for the deposit so that she could check in. Then he had to Uber back and spend another $100. The next morning, she brought me down a piece of paper filled top to bottom with her demands. She wanted her entire stay comped, additional nights comped in the future, and she wanted free room service. Her reasoning? We didn't let her check in due to her card being declined. We had a back and forth conversation about how I couldn't give her any of those things because her card declined. She kept saying things like, "So you're basically blaming me for everything?" and how she was a movie producer from London who was traveling, which is why her card declined. When she realized that I wasn't budging, she left the front desk. Luckily, that day was her checkout date, so we wouldn't have to deal with her for much longer. Or so I thought. She called a little later and asked for a late checkout. I told her I couldn't offer that to her because every room was booked up. She got mad and hung up on me. Around 11 a.m., security informed me that a guest was outside bothering the other guests. Part 2, why you should choose your friends wisely. While I'm walking over, a few hotel guests tell me that a crazy lady is bothering them. As I walk up to her, she's sitting with 2 random guests. I asked the gentleman if they're okay. They said, it's fine, we're okay. Which is when the lady tells me, the only person bothering them is you. I ignore her and double check with the other guests who confirm that they're okay. That's when she says, bye, you can go now. To which I replied, remember, checkout is at 12. Oh, and if another guest complains about you bothering them, you'll be kicked out of the pool. Eventually, 12 p.m. checkout time hits. I send security to her room first as part of the do-outs. They inform me that her bags are all over the room, but she's not there. We smell cigarettes in her room, and after an inspection, find out that she's been extensively smoking in the room. That's a $500 fee. I authorized the $500 on her friend's card since it's the only one that we have on file. 1 p.m. hits, then 2, and finally she arrives at 6 p.m. I post a $300 checkout fee to her room as well, along with the resort fee totaling $850. When she came back, we told her we couldn't release her things until the cardholder signs authorization for the charges. This is when she throws a huge tantrum and leaves. However, it doesn't end there.
Story time about how my obsessive ex tried to kidnap me. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. My obsessive ex and I met 3 years ago. We both live in LA and met on set on a modeling job. The first day that we met, he was totally cool, really friendly. Obviously, he was very good looking, so I liked him. But I had just gotten out of a serious relationship, so I had no intention on dating anyone. When he asked me for my phone number after the photo shoot finished, I politely said no. But guess what? The following day, I got a text message from him. He told me he asked the makeup artist for my phone number and she gave it to him. I told him that he shouldn't have done that because I had told him I didn't want to give him my phone number, but he explained that he really liked me and that all he wanted to do was just hang out like friends. At the time, I had no friends in LA. I mean, even now, I only have like one good friend, so I accepted to go have breakfast with him the following day. And of course, he was the most charming guy I had ever met. And weirdly enough, we had the exact same interests. I loved horseback riding, painting, and cooking. And that's when he told me that he also loved horseback riding, painting, and cooking. He even showed me some of his paintings that he had hung up at his apartment. After that, we hung out occasionally. He would come over to my place and I would cook and we would watch a movie. After a few weeks, he invited me to hang out with his guy friends. We had a really great time and all of his guy friends really enjoyed my company. But toward the end of the night, I could tell that he was getting really jealous. When he took me home, he asked me if I liked his friends. And of course, I said no. Then he said that it looked like I was having a little too much fun with them. But here's the thing, the way he said it was really cute, like almost endearing, like I actually felt bad for him. So at that time, it didn't really freak me out. We didn't speak for a few days and I realized that I was actually missing him. So I reached out and asked him if he wanted to go on an official date. And he said of course. After that first date, he asked me to be his girlfriend and I said yes. Things moved really quickly after that. He moved into my apartment, we got a dog, and we met each other's families. For 2 months, everything was going really, really well. I was pretty happy with the relationship, I loved our new dog, and we were both getting a lot of modeling work individually. Especially me. I got a campaign with a pretty big designer and it was my dream come true. I had to travel to Italy for the campaign and he got very jealous. He started asking me questions like who's gonna be there? Do you already know the other models? And of course I didn't. I had no idea who was gonna be there or who the other models were gonna be. This was pretty much the beginning of the end. I was in Italy for 2 weeks, and while I was there, he would constantly call me, text me, check up on me. It even started affecting the work I was doing. I would run to my phone in between shots just to answer it so that he wouldn't think I was doing something bad. The photographer even asked me to put my phone away, and I did. Of course, this made him freak out. The following day, he shows up at my hotel. He told me that I needed to start behaving like his girlfriend. Then he started going to all the photo shoots with me. He would watch me like a hawk while I was working. After he acted really controlling and jealous in Italy, I decided to break up with him. When we got back to LA, I told him he needed to move out. He totally freaked out, grabbed my phone and threw it up against the wall. I kicked him out and told him never to come back. The following day I had to go buy a new phone, and I told him that if he wanted to come pick up his stuff, he could. Luckily, he took all his stuff when I wasn't there, and he even left his apartment key. I thought it was all over. 3 days later, he started blowing up my phone asking if we could talk. I told him I didn't want him coming into my apartment anymore. We agreed to meet in the parking garage so that I could give him a few things he forgot, which of course he left in my apartment so that he had a reason to come back. He finally arrived and asked me to get in the car, but I told him I would not get in the car. Then he started crying and begging for me to get in the car. I had never seen him like this, so I got into the car. He instantly locked all the doors and wouldn't let me out. Then he started driving really fast. I told him to let me out of the car and he said no. I asked him where we were going, but he wouldn't tell me. We finally got into a red light and I managed to unlock the door and get out. I ran straight into a restaurant and I asked them to call the cops, but he came running in after me. Luckily, a few of the servers stopped him before he could reach me. I asked them to take him out and lock the door. I called 911 and told them everything. Within 2 minutes, a police officer was there. And when he searched my ex's car, he found rope, duct tape, and sleeping pills. The officer told me it would be easy to get a restraining order. I called my parents and they flew in straight away. They luckily arrested him that night. When my parents and I went to the police the following day, they told us that they let him out on bail and that they couldn't keep him in there because technically he hadn't done anything illegal. That's when it hit me. I was never going to be safe again as long as he was out there. Later on that day, I found out that one of his cousins is an attorney and that he would do anything to keep him out of jail. So I took it upon myself to do something. I called his modeling agency and told them about everything, and they dropped him from the agency. I moved out of my apartment and got a new phone number, but unfortunately, this hasn't stopped him from finding me. Sometimes I see his car around my neighborhood, and I know that he's made several fake accounts to follow me on Instagram. My parents want me to move back home, but I don't want to. I don't think I should live in fear of him. 2 days ago, he sent me an email and asked me if we could get together and talk. Of course, I said no, but maybe I can reason with him? I don't know. What do you guys think I should do?
So I'm going to tell you guys a crazy little story time from about 3 years ago involving the most psychotic mother I've ever met in my fucking life, okay? I've met a lot of crazy moms. I probably have a crazy mom myself, but my mom does not compare to this lady. This lady is like the fucking Charles Manson of mothers, okay? The Charles Manson of moms. Okay, actually that's a little much. I shouldn't be comparing my friend's mom to a serial killer. Let's just say she's a crazy mom, okay? So on to the story time. 3 years ago, I am hanging out in my bedroom playing some MW2, just chilling by myself. Now, at the time I was dating this girl. I've been dating her for like 3 months. We were pretty close. And she was cool. Like, she was very cool. Her parents, not so much. They fucking hated me. I don't know why. I was always super polite to them. I went to dinner at their house one time and met them. And they were so quiet and like mean to me for some reason. I don't know why. It was just so awkward. They did not like me. And it makes sense, you know, not everyone's parents are gonna like you if you're, you know, dating their daughter. But they just didn't have any reason. Like, I don't know if it's because like I had a weird hair color, because I dyed my hair sometimes, or what I wore. I don't know. I didn't wear anything that bold. I don't know. I thought I was a normal kid. I guess not. So anyway, I was bored just playing some Xbox in my room, and I texted her and I was like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? It was Friday and we had nothing to do the next day. And she was like, yeah, of course. Your house or mine? And I was like, I have an idea actually. Let's go get dinner somewhere and then afterwards watch some movies at Caleb's condo. Now our friend Caleb, his family owned this property. It was like this condo and no one ever used it. It was like a vacation property. And that's actually how we met him. His family would probably go there for like 3 months out of the year. And I met him when he was visiting my hometown. He doesn't actually live here. He lives like 3 hours away. And they use this property every few months when they have to come back for work or something. I think they had family down here too or something. I have no idea. But they had this property and every time they'd leave, they'd give me a spare key. And they'd always be like, look, Austin, you know, like if you ever need something or have nowhere to go, like you can come here. Just call us first. Tell us you're gonna be there. We'll make sure you're okay. And like they'd literally just let me stay there if I needed to whenever I wanted. I didn't really use it that much. I would mainly just use it to go and watch movies sometimes with friends and I didn't want to be bothered by my parents. And all I would have to do is text my friend and be like, hey man, I'm gonna be at your condo for a little bit. Like parents are annoying me. Don't want to deal with it right now. And they never used to question me. They'd be like, okay, like just lock up when you leave. And it was pretty dope. I don't have that anymore, and I don't go there anymore because I don't really need to. But I decided to ask my girlfriend if she wanted to go there on this day, and she's like, yeah, I'll tell my parents. And I was under the impression that she went into her parents' bedroom and said, hey, I'm going to hang out with Austin at our friend's condo and just watch some movies with him. It'll just be me and him. Now, I knew they probably wouldn't love the idea of me and her being alone, but I had nothing planned that was against their rules. I just wanted to watch some fucking movies and hang out with her. And plus, they really couldn't do anything by law if they wanted to. She was 18 at the time. She can make her own decisions. I know she's under her parents' roof, so she has to respect that and kind of live by some rules, but they know me and they knew that like I wasn't gonna do anything wrong. I don't drink, I don't smoke, anything like that. All I wanted to do was watch some movies. Well, anyway, she didn't tell them, okay? She said that she was going to my house to hang out with me and my mom, so that they wouldn't freak out, I guess. And she lied and said that my mom would be there and that I was gonna be at my house. So I guess she got in her car and started driving over, and her parents followed her because they had no trust in her and they can tell when she's lying. So she first drove to my house, picked me up, we went and got dinner somewhere, and I guess her parents literally followed all through this day. Followed us to the dinner place, parked in the parking lot, waited till we got done with dinner, like 45 minutes later to an hour, watched us come outside, get in her car, and drive away, and then they followed us in their car, and they followed us all the way to the condo. So we get out of our car, go into my friend's condo, and we literally immediately start watching a movie. Like, that's literally all we were doing and planned on doing. Probably 15 minutes into the movie, we get a knock on the door, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look through the little peephole, and I see her mom with, like, a white PVC pipe, like a pipe in her hand that looked like a stick. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I run over to one of the windows, and I look out into the parking lot, and I could see their car, and I see her dad waiting there on the phone. And I look over, and I'm like, dude, your parents are outside. And she's like, what? I was like, your mom's at the door, and your dad's out in the parking lot on the phone with someone. She's like, oh my, I'm so embarrassed. I was like, your mom has a pipe in her hand. I don't know where she got it from. I don't know if she found it outside the front door, like in the walkway. She just picked it up and wanted to give it to me after she's done talking to us, or she's gonna try and hit me with it, but I don't like this. And she's like, I'm so fucking sorry, Austin. Like, seriously, she's crazy. I don't know why she's like this. I kind of lied to her and told her we were just hanging out with your mom tonight and watching movies at your house. I didn't really tell her about this condo or anything and, like, the dinner. And I was like, why would you lie to them? Like, they're crazy. Why would you lie to them? And she's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Let me go talk to her. And she goes over to the door and opens it. And before she even gets a word out, her mom busts through, like, just completely runs by her with the pipe in her hand and goes, you want to kidnap my fucking daughter without my permission? I should fucking smack you over the head with this right now. And starts, like, legit swinging at shit. She hit the chair with it. She smacked one of the pillars in the living room. And it wasn't doing any damage, really. Like, she was purposely aiming for things that wouldn't really break too easy. And that pipe wasn't too thick, but it would still probably hurt. So then, of course, I yelled back at her. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about kidnapping your daughter? Your daughter picked me up from my house, and we went to dinner and then came back here to watch a movie. I didn't kidnap her. She picked me up in her own car. And she's like, you lied to her. You said that you were just gonna be at your mom's house. I was like, no, I didn't. I told her we were gonna go to a condo and watch a movie. And I can't lie to you guys. I was fucking scared, okay? Her mom works out. Her mom is buff as fuck. She looks like a buff-ass kangaroo. Like, she would beat the shit out of me if she wanted to. So I was a little bit fucking terrified of this female form of Chuck Norris. So I was pretty fucking scared. And then my girlfriend interrupts us arguing and is like, look, mom, I'm sorry. Like, I lied to you. Austin asked me to go to dinner and then come back here to watch movies. And I told him that I would tell you guys about it, but I lied because I didn't want you to get mad at me. So I just told you guys that I'd be at his mom's house watching movies with them. And she's like, why would you lie to us? Like, what the fuck? He literally could have, like, hurt you or something. Like, I don't trust this boy. And, like, you just don't give a fuck. And that's when I got mad. I was like, you know what? You have met me over 20 fucking times, and you know that I'm not a bad influence on your daughter. You've never heard one bad thing about me. You have no reason to believe that I'm some bad influence on your daughter or someone that's gonna hurt her after all this time. Like, I understand not trusting me and being protective and whatnot, but, like, you full on are saying that you'd think I'd hurt her. And that's just bullshit to me. You know me and you know I wouldn't do that.
Story time about how I'm in love with my sister's boyfriend and I think he likes me too. Actually, no, I know so because he kissed me 3 days ago. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. The story I'm about to tell you guys is pretty bad, so please don't comment me in the comments. I swear I'm a good girl. A little backstory. My sister and I have never really gotten along. She's 3 years older than me and thinks she's the queen of the house. And she's always seen me as competition, which I hate. My mom would always try to make us get along, but it was totally impossible. My sister was always upset at something I did. Eventually, I stopped trying with my sister and I wouldn't make any effort to make her like me. Finally, last year she moved out and I was so happy. We celebrated my 20th birthday at home last year, and of course my sister came over. But she brought this really cute boy with her. Let me tell you guys, it was instant love at first sight. I can't even explain what I felt, I just knew that I liked him. Even my mom made a comment about how good looking he was. And can I just say that I caught him staring at me a few times throughout the dinner. After that, I never really saw him because my sister and I never hung out. Until my sister lost her job because of COVID and had to move back in with us. And this meant that I was seeing her boyfriend a lot more around our house. He was so nice to me. Anytime they wanted to watch a movie, he would always invite me. If they were going to go out to eat or go to the beach, he would always invite me. Eventually, I started saying yes, well, because I liked him. And something told me that he liked me too. And yes, I know it's totally wrong, but I just couldn't help myself. Whenever I knew he was going to come over, I would dress up and look really cute. I also had a pool in the backyard, so I would make sure I was in a bikini whenever he came over. I know this sounds bad, but it's gonna get worse. Well, guess what? Around this time, my sister actually got COVID. Thankfully, she didn't get really sick, but she was a little bit under the weather. And of course, she had to quarantine. So she basically stayed in her room and we all were on the other side of the house. Of course, her boyfriend, let's call him Mark. Mark would come over and bring her food sometimes. On one of these occasions, he asked me if I wanted to go to the beach with him and his friends the following day. He knew that I was totally bored because of quarantine, so I said yes. And guess what? He didn't tell my sister that he asked me, and I didn't tell her that I said yes. So it was our little secret. The following day, I wore my sexiest bikini, and we had a great time at the beach with his friends. While we were at the beach with his friends, I could tell that he kept staring at me. And he caught me staring at him too a couple of times. When we drove back to our house, he made a comment about how good I looked in the bikini. That's when I told him that he looked really good too. From then on, we started flirting all the time, making little comments, staring at each other, and he also started following me on Instagram. So I got to work posting sexy stories all the time, and it totally worked because he would reply to them. That's when I sent him a naughty picture. So after flirting back and forth through DM, I finally sent him a cute naughty picture. I mean, not so naughty, but a little naughty. And that's when he sent me one back. Then he sent me a text message saying that he wished he had met me before he met my sister. And I told him I felt the exact same way. The following day, he came to visit my sister like he usually did. My sister had COVID at the time, so he would come every single day. At this point, my sister's quarantine was almost over. So I knew I either had to act fast or talk to him and tell him that we couldn't take things further. My parents had decided to go to our lake house, so I knew I had the house all to myself. And my sister couldn't come out of her room, so he and I were basically alone in the house. That's when he asked me if we could talk. We went to the backyard so that my sister wouldn't hear us, and he confessed that he really liked me, but he didn't know how to feel about it. He also told me he felt really guilty, and I totally understood him. He asked me what I thought we should do, and I just didn't have an answer. We just stared at each other for a second, and then he kissed me. And it was the most magical kiss of my entire life. We then proceeded to make out for about 10 minutes. After that, he told me we needed to make a decision. I told him the best thing for us to do was to just be honest with my sister. We went straight to my sister's room and told her everything. Of course, my sister, being the drama queen that she is, she started throwing things around in her room, and she called my parents and told them everything. Mark got on the phone with my parents and told them that he was responsible for everything, but that he couldn't lie to my sister and that he had to be honest. And yeah, I felt even harder when he said that. That's when my sister had the bright idea to lie and say that she was pregnant and that he had to get married with her. Mark hesitated but said if that was true, then yes, they would get married. I told my sister I didn't believe her and that she needed to provide a pregnancy test. Mark went and got the pregnancy test, and of course, it came back negative. Mark went home and I got on the phone with my parents, and I told them that I would step aside for my sister's happiness. My parents told me that they thought it was the best thing. So I called Mark and told him that he needed to stay with my sister. Now my sister is trash-talking me to all her friends, which I expected and I guess I deserve. But should I sacrifice my happiness and his? My sister won't let Mark and I talk at all. When he comes over, I completely ignore him. What should I do, you guys? Help.
I'm sitting in my room. I was working on a YouTube video, just trying to be productive in my room. And I get a text message from my friend. Let's just call this friend Eric. Eric texts me. He's like, yo, we're going to a movie tonight at 8 p.m. Do you want to go with us? And I was like, yeah, who's going? He's like, me, my girlfriend, one of her friends, a couple of our friends. He started naming all these names. I knew everybody that was going. They were all good friends of mine. So I'm like, yeah, man, of course I'll go to that. And I can't remember the specific movie because I didn't get to see the movie. You'll find out why in a moment. But yeah, I was down. I was excited. Now, I love going to movies. One of the best things, in my opinion, to do. But after this happened, I can't lie, I was skeptical about going back for a while. So yeah, fast forward to like 7:30, my friend picked me up. We get to the movie theater like 10 minutes later. I live right down the street from it. We get there, and since we were really early, we had tons of time to like go to the concessions and like buy snacks and stuff. And we get our tickets, and we go up to the snack bar area, and we're getting food. And this random girl approaches us, who looks like she's the same age as me. She walks up, and she goes, hey, are you guys going to see this movie? And I was like, yeah, we are. What about you? She's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, cool. And then she goes, how old are you? And at the time, I was 17, about to turn 18, so I tell her that, and then I ask her as well. I'm like, how old are you? She goes, I'm 18. I'm like, alright, cool. She goes, yeah, do you mind if I come into the movie with you and like sit with you and like your friends? And I was so confused, right? I thought I was getting pranked, because like, this girl wasn't some bad looking girl. She looked like she was supposed to be there with people. Like, I was very, very just like weirded out by this. It seemed kind of fishy. So I asked her, I was like, aren't you like here with somebody? Like, you're alone? She goes, no, I was here with somebody, but he cheated on me, so I'm not here with him anymore. And I was like, fuck, I'm sorry. She goes, yeah, it's okay. I was like, yeah, you're welcome to hang out with us. She goes, cool. So yeah, her and my friend group, we all start walking towards the movie theaters, and while we're walking there, she's telling me the whole story of how she found out her boyfriend cheated, and she's telling me how she found out just now. So I guess they got to the movie theater, they were buying their tickets, and she got a DM on Twitter of like all this proof that her boyfriend was cheating on her. And she showed me the DMs, like there was tons of proof. There was photos with this dude and this girl together, like hanging out, and there was photos of them kissing, like on Facebook and stuff. Basically, this guy got caught in 4K. Like no other way to put it, he was done. And the funny thing about this dude is he looked just like an old YouTuber I used to see on my homepage and stuff, like way back in the day, like the early stages of YouTube. I'll put a photo of the screen of the dude that I'm talking talking about. But he looked just like this dude. And this girl that he was dating that was at the movies with us, in my opinion, was just a tiny bit out of his league, and to cheat on her was pretty stupid to do. So yeah, anyway, after she shows me this stuff, I tell her that I'm sorry. It's like, it's all good. It's better off this way anyway. And then I ask her, I'm like, where is he exactly? Like, did he leave the movie theater? And she goes, yeah, after I caught him cheating and I yelled at him, I kind of threw a scene, and he was embarrassed, so he walked away, and I'm not too sure where he went. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, we get in the movie theater, we get our seats, we sat in the very back of the theater, and we're just watching the previews because there was a lot of those left. And right as the movie's starting, like the first scene, it's really quiet, it's a real quiet first scene, like pretty much almost silent. I hear someone yell from the entrance doors of the theater, where is she? Where is, and he says her name. And the funny part about this was,
now that I've heard the truth, I shall run away. 12 a.m. In mind she's probably asleep now, I should check. Yeah, she's asleep. Runs away.
Where do you think you're going, young man?
I thought you were sleeping.
You ain't escaping from me, honey. Grabs his hand to go back. Next morning. You planning to run away today? Well, you're not. Stay behaved while I'm being nice, I'm warning you.
Why do you want to lock me up here? It's one and only question, please.
A son.
A son.
Well, let's not talk about past.
Okay.
At night.
Past? A son. Her son must have passed away.
Alex, come here.
Oh, wise.
You're curious, aren't you? Past. A son? I know you are. Since I accidentally spilled some hint, I'll give you more. Kidnap your mum. Well, now, off to bed you go.
My mum kidnapped. Her son passed. Oh my.
just making sure she isn't there. And he does this all the way until he gets up to the top row in the very back where me and all my friends were sitting, as well as his ex-girlfriend right next to me. And he gets up to the row where we are, starts going face by face with his phone flashlight, and he finally gets to his girlfriend who was ducked down behind a chair, and he goes, "Get up!" And she goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" And he goes, "Really? We break up for a minute and you're already in here with another boy?" And he points at me with his phone flashlight, and he goes, "Who the fuck are you, bro?" And he looked just like that dude from YouTube. I still can't get that out of my head. And he was so mad. And I was like, "What's up, man? My name's Austin." He goes, "I don't care. I didn't ask." And I was like, you literally said, "Who are you?" And he's like, "You think this is a joke? You think it's a fucking joke?" I'm like, "Dude, no. You just asked who I was. I told you my name. I'm Austin. What's your name?" He goes, "Doesn't matter what my fucking name is." And of course, the entire movie theater is turned around looking at us instead of the movie, because clearly a much better show is happening behind them than on the screen. And I'm just like face to face with this dude, and he's yelling at me, and his ex-girlfriend's begging him to just leave and stop causing a scene.
Am I the asshole for telling mom, no apology, no wedding invitation, after seeing the wedding gift she gave my fiance? I, 25 female, am getting married to my fiance Kevin next month. My family loves Kevin and Kevin loves them. However, my mom is the brutally honest type who constantly dishes out her opinions and thoughts on what people wear, how they look, how well off they are, mostly negative, tasteless, backhanded comments. She says that she can't help it and no one should be offended when she's just being honest. When she met Kevin, she kept making comments about him, his car, his degree, etc. With time and strict conversations, I was able to get her to show some respect. But she kept annoying Kevin by constantly talking about his hairless face. His face is clean, he doesn't have a beard or mustache, which he can be very insecure about. He comes from Irish origins, so he's white, he has no facial hair, while I'm Hispanic. Mom made jokes with her husband about how unmanly it is not to be able to grow a beard or a mustache. Those comments hurt Kevin so much. I had a very, very stern conversation with her, and she said, "Oh, I didn't realize those remarks were offending him. I was just teasing him." Or, "You know me, I'm just giving my humble, honest opinion. So he shouldn't take it personal and should learn that this is how I am." She ended up sincerely apologizing to Kevin, and we left it at that. With the wedding approaching, Mom decided to give Kevin a wedding gift and also to let him know how sorry she was for her past behavior. She invited the entire family for dinner and decided it was the perfect time to hand Kevin his wedding gift. He thanked her, but she insisted that he open it right there and then and show everyone what she got him, since she knew him that well already. He opened the box and found a set of shaving tools with a shaving cream. Kevin stopped for a sec and kept staring at the gift. My stepdad took it and showed everyone, then my mom and others started laughing while stepdad kept saying, "You get the joke, Kev, you get it?" and my brother started running around the table laughing with everyone. Kevin got up and walked out. I was so mad I lost it on Mom, asking why she did that and humiliated Kevin in front of everyone. She told me to relax and she was just messing with him. But I said she knew how he felt about this topic and demanded that she apologize. But she said no, since she wasn't responsible for his reaction and thought he was going to laugh along. I angrily said, no apology, no wedding invitation, period, then walked out. She freaked out, calling, trying to say we overreacted to a joke, and my brother said I was crazy to exclude them. So, I gotta know, am I the asshole for this? Am I the asshole for telling my husband I wasn't feeling comfortable with him wearing shorts around his mom? Me, female 26, and my husband, 29 male, have been married for a few months. His family lives in another town hours away. His mother came to stay with us for a few days after a conflict between her and her husband. Here's the thing. Unlike my in-laws, my family is very conservative. I grew up in a conservative household, and I see stuff at other people's house that can make me feel uncomfortable. I do my best to be open-minded, but because of my upbringing, old habits really die hard. My in-laws are the complete opposite. They are very open-minded. My husband is very close to his mother specifically. The issue began when my husband and I were sleeping at 7 a.m. when his mom knocked on the door wanting help with something. My husband got out of bed and went to meet her downstairs. I was half asleep, but then I was already awake when he came back into the bedroom. He started talking about an issue with the oven while Mom was trying to make us breakfast. I wasn't paying much attention to what he was saying because I kept wondering how he was able to go outside the bedroom and meet his mom while wearing shorts. I pointed that out, and it somehow made him upset, asking if I was serious. I told him I just didn't feel comfortable with him wearing shorts around his mom, and he lashed out saying it wasn't a big deal and found it strange to be uncomfortable with him wearing shorts around his mom, since that is his mom. I shrugged and said I can't help but feel this way, and suggested he wear pants or jeans since all of them are accessible and they take no time to put on. He lashed out, calling me ridiculous and to stop acting if it was a big deal. We argued back and forth, and then he got extremely upset with me, even though I only asked him just not to do it again. He said he didn't appreciate what I said and said it's my house, I can wear what I want to. He then went downstairs and had breakfast with his mom without even asking me to join them. I felt bad because I might have handled the conversation poorly, but I think he refused to listen to what I had to say and just acted dismissively towards my feelings. So, am I the asshole here? Am I the asshole for catfishing my underaged sister on Tinder and humiliating her in order to teach her a lesson? Last week, I was using my sister Ashley's phone because mine was dead and I needed to call a friend to confirm plans. I'm dialing my friend's number. I saw a Tinder notification of some dude messaging her. Immediately, I asked her why she's on Tinder. She's 17. And she grabbed her phone back and said, "None of your business." I decided that I wanted to have a little fun with this. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's just swiping for fun. So I didn't want to go straight to ratting her out to our parents. To test if she was just using it for fun, I decided I was going to make a Tinder profile of someone else and to message her and see if she responds. I asked a good friend from back in college who happens to be a male model, Kevin, if he'd mind if I'd use his pictures and explain the situation. He thought it would be hilarious and told me to go for it. I created the account, set my age to 22, set my swipe radius to a mile, and quickly found my sister's account. Her age was set to 19. Lie. She is still in high school. So I was definitely more suspicious of her now. I super liked, and less than an hour later, she matched and messaged me. I decided to set up a date to a fancy restaurant downtown for Sunday afternoon and told her we could, quote unquote, head to my place afterwards. She was completely receptive and said she'd meet me there. She told our parents she was hanging out with one of her track friends and spending the night at her place. After she left, I told our parents everything and showed them all the messages. They were pissed, and I suggested we all go to the restaurant. My dad and I just went instead and saw her sitting at a table alone, all dolled up, waiting for Jim. My dad went up to her and said, "Jim's not coming," and she screamed and asked what we were doing there. I told her that there was no Jim and that it was effing stupid of her to be trying to meet grown men on Tinder at her age. My dad harped on to that and lectured her on lying and meeting strange men on the internet and being so willing to go back to a stranger's place. We were a bit loud, so people were starting to look at us, and my sister eventually bursted into tears and ran out. I told my friends in a group chat the situation, and they all agreed it was hysterical, except two of my female friends who said I was a effing dick and cruel to her. My other friends defended me and said she needed to be taught a lesson. I'm wondering who's right, or did I go too far? So, am I the ass?
Do not get a random roommate in college, okay? Story time. I want to preface this by saying that I do go to a PWI. Okay, my mistake, my bad, not for long, I am graduating. But all of this what I'm about to tell you is produced by or surrounded by the presence of people, okay? Sponsored by people, and if they ain't people, they are watched people, okay? So boom, the year is 2021. We are fresh out of COVID, but it was still going on. But the state that I am in, they don't really give a damn about COVID. So we are back in person, back in school, back in the dorms, and I'm a transfer student to this new college, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me, live in the dorms so I can acclimate to my peers, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to get some friends. That was a mistake. Nobody in my hometown was going to the school, so I had to I had no choice but to do the random roommate thing. And I had 4 potential girls because I wanted to live in a little 2x2 the dorm with the 2 roommates and the shared bathroom, and then the other side, you know what I'm saying? I ended up getting paired up with a girl that I didn't really talk to, that I was supposed to stay in the other suite, but we it just ended up we got the dorm together, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it better. And it's cool, it's fine, whatever. Like I said, we weren't really that close, but we did get to talking over the summer. And she's from California. She's not fully palm colored, okay? She's a person of color. So I'm thinking, okay, she's also from California. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. In the beginning, everything is fine. I'm saying we're doing all the roommate things, we're decorating our rooms together, we're going grocery shopping together. All of a sudden, I just started noticing some red flaggy behavior. First of all, she joined up in a sorority, which is cool. I also was kind of thinking about rushing, but I realized that I am black and I did not think I would have a great time, especially at a PWI. And that in turn kind of made us go to more and more frat parties as the semester went on. And I never really was a party girl in the beginning. I kind of just wanted to chill and vibe out. But this girl would go to a frat party. If she wasn't at a frat party, she would literally be drunk every weekend. And trust, I get it. I was there with her. Like I said, I wasn't really a big partier, so if we would go out, I would get drunk, but not that drunk. This girl would be violently fucked up almost every weekend. I'm not even gonna cap. So that was kind of annoying for me because I did not sign up to be a babysitter, okay? We are roommates, you know what I'm saying? And it just was not giving. Anyway, fast forward, me and her and a couple of other friends from the dorm were all getting kind of fucked up in my room one night. And this is occurrence number 1 where I should have beat her. I didn't want to be that girl. And also being a black and a PWI, you really want to I guess make a good impression. I don't really know. I just was not trying to be problematic or whatever. But anyway, we was hanging out or whatever, and we was all kind of messed up. And I don't exactly remember how we got to this point, but randomly this girl gonna be something nigga. What? And everybody literally was for like, oh, I almost said her name. They were like, let's call her, Catherine. They're like, Catherine! Like, oh my God. I wish I could remember exactly like what she said because it was crazy. But like I said, like we were kind of getting fucked up. But all I remember is she said the fucking N-word. And like everybody was like, what the hell's going on? But nobody really like, we moved on way faster than we should have. You know what I'm saying? So that was occurrence number one. Now this second occurrence is something where I really had to literally hold myself back from beating ass. Okay? So boom. Like we are out at somebody's birthday party, another friend inside of the dorm. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cute. Like it's like a bunch of us, like probably like 10 or so little girls, like going to a really cute like restaurant, like kind of near campus. We're taking photos. Everything is fine in the beginning. Then we get inside and I don't even remember like what set me off. Again, I was kind of messed up. We did pregame. All I remember is just being like, what the fuck, nigga? Or something like that. Like something like da-da-da-da, nigga. And then this girl is literally going to go, I might mind you. Sorry, not really, but basically, this girl is going to go. Did she just call me a nigga or a nick? Like hard R. Like hard R. At the restaurant. Like this girl is going to say like at this like nice restaurant. Like nobody like really heard it, but like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you saying right now? Everybody was kind of just like, what? Like nobody was like, oh my God, because like we're in public. Like this is like a nice like restaurant. Or like, we're still like, so I literally get up and leave. Like I was like, somebody can fucking cover my food, and if you got a problem, you can fucking buy me about it, because I'm leaving. She's gonna see us at a hard R, and I'm just gonna say, be like, what? Come on, bruh. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. I call my best friend from back home. I'm like, this girl literally just said the hard R. Like, what do I do? Because I need to be smashed right now. Nobody from the dinner's coming out to see me. Nobody. I get it, like, birthday dinner, but, like, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody was, like, my ally. Like, nobody. So I'm like, okay, I see how y'all bitches move. I was like, oh no, y'all ain't gotta worry about me. I'm good. Like, y'all ain't gonna come out and check on me. What the fuck ever. So yeah, I think I ended up like going back inside and, you know, trying to just kind of keep it cute for a little bit. Pay for my little meal, you know, wish the birthday girl happy birthday. Cause she didn't really do nothing to me, but like her silence was enough for me. Took a Uber home by myself. We all linked together in the beginning, not no more. You know, yeah. And that was the end of that. Like, could I have done more? Yes. Could I have beat her ass? Absolutely. But like after that, like I just didn't, it wasn't worth it to me anymore. Like I never really brought that up after that, because I was like, if you don't really realize what you did wrong, like you're a lost cause. Like I was like, there's literally no point of like talking to you or like trying to get through this. So I just kind of like started keeping my distance, and we started, you know, hanging out with like other people, you know what I'm saying? And that also was a bit of an issue, but that's a whole other fucking story. Okay, I guess that's like the end. All that to say, like, don't get a random roommate in college, okay? Like, I know that we're like, oh, like, I'm serious. Like, you gotta vet these people out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I'm trusted to think that maybe, like, you know, just because, like, she's POC, that she would know better. No, she doesn't. She didn't. Like, I take accountability because I was not proactive in, like, being like, hey, that's not cool. But, like, I just felt like we should know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was wrong. Also, this is not meant to like bash anyone. Like, I'm just retelling the stories of my life. Like, if you take it seriously, or if you like, if anybody like that I know or from that time sees this, take it to a bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have every right to say what the fuck I want to say. It's my account. It's my page. If you got a problem, you can come hit me up. And so, and Catherine and I are still like mutuals on Instagram, oddly enough. So, no bad blood. Just you're low-key racist. That's all it is. That's all it is. Bye.